Previously on 4 Below Zero.
If I would have done better in Finland, maybe I wouldn't even have had to worry about racing in Quebec.
Oh my goodness!
And I could have been in Marco's shoes and I could have been ahead 500 points and I could have settled with a 14th place. But rather than that, I was chasing the 8-ball.
When the sun rises each day in St. Paul this week, the ice makers will have already been at work for hours. In hockey, the dimensions of the ice surface vary only slightly from arena to arena. This is not that.
Looking at the crashed ice courses at first, I was like, yeah, I can do this, no problem. Just looking at like the diagrams, not the actual thing.
As a hockey player, you know, you never are used to skating downhills, so I was just kind of looking down, thinking, what have I got myself into?
The average viewer at home doesn't really see how rough the ice is.
You have to imagine this is not flat ice, this is downhill. You can't expect the ice to be flat and to be smooth.
Each ice cross downhill track is unique, running the gamut from fast and technical to fast and downright scary. And although this will be the tour's 4th time in St. Paul, the track itself has been rethought and redesigned. 7 turns and 8 major obstacles under the lights on a typically brisk Minnesota winter night. 460 meters of WTF to start the season off right.
Each track is different and gives you different obstacles to push yourself and push the limits of what you can do on hockey skates.
And sometimes the most difficult obstacle is speed itself. Shorter, steeper, and faster. The track in the Finnish ski resort of Serena will leave little time to recover from even the smallest mistake.
And Scotty Croxall then sneaks into second place with lots of third. Croxall goes down. Oh my goodness!
Predictable is not a word usually used to describe ice cross downhill competition. And the only thing routine about the Belfast track is going to be its unpredictability. Line choice and technique through the rollers will be key. The hairpin corner at the end will allow for one last shuffling of the deck.
You go onto a corner pretty tight and everybody thinks, okay, I'm first there. So the fight always pretty intense.
And look at that, Marco Delago takes the lead.
If you're a good racer, you're gonna wait for your time and pass a guy cleanly. You're not gonna barge your way in and try and just run him off the track.
Delago, he's out in front with Cameron Nas in second place. Nas passed him! Nas, what a fantastic job!
So if your season has gone according to plan, if you've still got a shot at the Red Bull Crashed Ice World title, you'll find yourself here in Edmonton, staring down 465 meters of shock and awe woven into the city center.
For me, the most crucial part of the race is the start.
That's what it all comes down to, especially at the races. You want to be first out of the gate, get those first few steps.
First thing that's going through my mind is just go as fast as I can and beat everyone by a mile.
Cameron Nas has got this one clean to the finish area.
Then maybe in that first corner, they won't mess with me. They'll let me take it because it'd be harder to battle against me.
Cameron Nas out in front.
If you look at a track like Finland, being in the outside gate, you have to skate an extra 10 feet. I was actually the only person to win a hole shot from the furthest gate.
Wow, and from the far side, Cameron Nas takes the whole shot with Reed Whiting right behind him.
If I'm in second place, I always fear the third guy because the third guy is in a kind of a desperation mode.
Oh, and he gets a little bit of contact there.
You want to stay away from the worst riders because you could end up in some sort of mayhem where you might fall down for some reason that's not your own fault.
Ayrton makes a great move on the inside there. Oh, and off that little drop, he goes down.
Look at Fischer
Dead
again.
last. And Fischer goes
And
down.
Horst goes
Takes
down.
out Horst. And look at this, it's Ayrton Vlasov. He's going to go up to the next round.
I think it's a lot easier also if you are in front because you always lose so much energy in battles.
I think there's strategy anytime you're on the ice.
Stay right next to me. Yeah.
There's a little bit of collusion, but once you get out there and you're racing, it's hard to actually pull off an exact game plan.
You can pick your gates and pick your lines, but as soon as those gates open, anything can kind of happen.
If I need to take a risk, I'll take any risk there is to win.
Winning is of course the biggest because the final destination of every sport is a win.
A track may be covered in ice, but it has no temperature. It plays no favorites. The planning, the training, the strategizing, all over. The season begins now. And whether you're from here in St. Paul or 3,000 miles away, on race day in ice cross downhill, there is no such thing as home ice advantage.